Central Galleon Command reported on the 15th that the militia had encountered and routed a contingent of Imperial Station Barrios. The accumulation of a clandestine investigation into reported Imperial activity in the area. The Badlands topography is poorly suited to combat maneuvers, and the region holds little to no strategic value, making the Empire's goal there unclear. One theory suggests that the desert region is home to as of yet unmined lode, and the Imperial forces were stationed there for a purpose of Ragnite speculation. During press session on the 10th, Gallian Prime Minister Brog called for talks with the Federation Ambassador Townshend, slated to visit Gallia at the end of the month. In light of the increasing complex conflict between the Federation and the Empire, however, many suspect the Federation views this as a chance to acquire Gallia for its resources. This announcement has been met with vehement opposition from members of Parliament, with strong ties to former Imperial cartels. Ambassador Townshend responded to the invite in a public address, saying that he firmly believes that joining hands to thwart the Empire's hubris ambition is essential to ensuring peace to Europa. Welcome back, everybody.
Da, 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 da.
And we have a very special new chapter to our whole book. This one's going to be a tiny bit different.
Thanks a million.
We'll get to that when we get to that, which will be relatively
Come back and
soon.
see the writing on the wall again soon. I'll be waiting for you.
So last time we were in the desert, we killed an ace, and we took care of a desert base, and we found a Valkyria monument. I know I'm a little tongue-tied this time around, so let's go off to R&D and see what we can upgrade. Please be something good, because this is the chapter I've been dreading. Oh yes, I completely and utterly dread this chapter. And with this, a very special upgrade, this now brings us to open up the 3 possibilities for our galleon to change into, which is good. Same with our GSR. Get that, nice upgrade. No grenades, and yes, let's upgrade our outfits. Even though we're swimming in cash, we might as well fully upgrade ourselves. We're back here, and now let's check out the Edelweiss, because Edelweiss is going to need some upgrades. They're willing to give it to us. Oh, periscope, that's good. It's like that, so coated spring hard plate, steel alloy plate, bulletproof visor. Okay, let's move the spare belt down here, and the late spring down here. Then put the periscope over here, because we'll need the accuracy. Good. Plus 15 accuracy. That's golden. Now, since we already got all the orders from the old man, let's go to the command room first, because I want to see if we got anybody good. Because we do get new members every chapter or so.
Oh, and
Ramsey, nobody new here. Susie is, though. If I remember correctly, I got Susie. She was one of the first ones I got. But, nope. Nope, we don't have anybody there. Sadly. Now we can go off to the training fields and level everybody up, because we'll need it.
Train all you want.
Yeah. Train all we want. It'll make us a little more human. I know the gist. Relatively close. New shock trooper potential. Let's see what we got here. Undodgeable shot. Yes. Now Rosie's more of monster. Ambush spotter, undodgeable shot, and fearless will. If I remember correctly, fearless will when they enter a range of enemy interceptor fire. And it's just making Jane more and more frightening. I don't mind it. Okay, so like last time, we actually have a new skirmish. So we should... Let's actually do that episode about Largo first. No, the book is not out of order.
Report. Largo's passion.
This is just how it is. Okay. So let's begin Largo's passion.
I'm starving. Why do they call us here at lunchtime?
Ugh, you always get snippy the minute your stomach rumbles, Largo.
Sorry, guys, have you been waiting long? I'll get right to the briefing. You may already be aware of the recent hike in food prices.
I do remember one worker at the mess hall mentioning that produce prices were rising.
Apparently the Empire has taken hold of the trade route farmers use to ship their stock.
What did you say?
Vegetable crisis grips Gallia. Not a very exciting headline.
You mocking the power of vegetables?
What? I was just... What's your problem?
Vegetables are like bombs packed tight with all kinds of important nutrients. Kids gotta eat them to grow up right, and the body's practically made of vegetables.
Which are like bombs?
In any case, Squad 7's next mission is to clear that trade route of Imperials.
All right, time to put the fear of veggies into these imps.
The fear of veggies? Is he serious?
Yes, he is. Very serious. Okay, let's save right before we start up. Alright then, let's start up.
You will now be briefed on the operation.
This mission will be fought on the outskirts of Vassal. The enemy blockade has restricted traffic along this route. Fear of combat spilling over into civilian dwellings here prevents us from making this a large-scale operation. You have to leave your tank on the sidelines and lead a small force of foot soldiers into the village. Your objective is to destroy the 2 tanks standing by on the road ahead. You're likely to face heavy fire from those tanks if you just march along the road. It'll be a long way around, but it'll be better off heading through the village and securing a spot to attack safely. I'm afraid we can't spare a medic to accompany a team as small as yours. We can't spare a medic to accompany a team as small as the one you'll be taken in. To compound things, this is a night op. You'll be dealing with less visibility than you're used to. There'll be no sight line to targets more than a certain distance away, so you can't spot them in action mode. Consequently, if even one of your soldiers falls in battle, you're to pull out immediately. Mission failed. There's a lot of special conditions and requirements. Be extra careful as you plan ahead each move out there. One found out. You won't have your tank's wireless setup, so you won't be able to issue orders during this mission. Yeah. So, who do we have? We have Vulcan and Largo. My personal opinion about this is actually a glorified escort mission. So, let's start up.
All right, we're set to begin. Good luck.
bastards blocking our veggies are here, ain't they? Let's bust some heads.
Shh, be quiet. You want them to hear us? This is a stealth operation with just a few soldiers. Lose anyone and the mission fails.
Yeah, I got it. Now let's go get violent for vegetables.
You want to work with me here, Largo?
Alright, so what we want to do is
Moving out.
trying to get the A rank is relatively difficult, but you can do this. You can totally postpone this mission until the very end and do it that way, when everybody at least has all their perks and potentials on with heavier weapons. But it's, for me, I personally like to do this now because it makes
Can't beat the smell of
this
fresh
a
soil.
lot easier for myself and such. Let's move over here. We are going to circle around that building.
My turn, okay?
Take up the scout. Good. Now comes the difficult part. Here's a shock trooper. Right on the other side over there. Not very friendly to us in all honesty, but I believe it's best to wait over here and wait for him to peek out his head and kill him that way. Hopefully on his turn he doesn't see Alicia. So with Largo, since he's a Lancer and he's lugging that big lance with him, it's going to take him a while to get over there. Even though there is a shock trooper here as well, there is a little trick with the ladders here, which I'm pretty sure they intended everybody to use. The ladders have a have a decent zone of activation. So you can easily go over there and save some AP and move across them with ease. So, let's hope this works out. Let's hope this works out. That's a shock trooper. Okay, that should be the scout, because there's a scout and lancer up in that area. Okay, I think I have it. I think I have it now. Shit. Come on, Alyssa. Good. Oh, that's decent. So Largo isn't in danger on that side.
My turn, okay?
Come on. Because this guy's going to be a death sentence for us. Okay, good. With him taken out. Okay. Over here is a machine gun battery.
Enemy unit spotted.
It's not very friendly, period, to us. So I'm going to cycle around over here,
Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
duck down, and get Largo's big vegetable-loving ass over here. Because Largo is the one that can handle that tank turret, that Gatling turret with ease. I'm going to save right here, because, in all honesty, I have no faith in him.
Been waiting here.
Let's move forward. Since we don't have any commands or any way to fight back, gain buffs and all that, golden. We are kind of besides ourselves to essentially move as such. Ugh. I'm going to save again because I'm best bet going to do something stupid. Very stupid.
This can't
Okay.
be good.
So we're just going to hide behind the wall and heal ourselves up. That's all we're going to do. Nothing unique, nothing fancy. Ugh. I am. Come on.
I expect to see all of you.
Is the button not working? No.
I'm taking extra special care.
I'm an idiot. I've been panicking a little bit too much. It's because I've been trying to do this level for the last little while and it hasn't been going my way. So we end off here. Those are the two, that's Lancer and that's the Scout moving about. So it's best to kill the Scout before the Lancer. Okay, we survived. That's the important part. Now I need to see who we run up against. So let's just save again. Okay, so
Moving out.
let's move Alyssa, our only attacking unit. Who's at full
Can't
health,
beat the smell of
full
fresh
HP? There's Lancer and there's the Scout. So what we want to do is bypass Lancer because he can't retaliate. Hike up here and hide in the grass and point ourselves towards Lancer just in case. And off that action, then we go straight for Largo. There are two tanks over there. And lucky for us, Largo has 3 rounds. Thankfully.
Try to keep a grasp on your surroundings.
We're going to save again. Because I don't trust Largo.
Just watch this.
Round 3. So come on, Largo. Lucky number 3. Let's not make it 7.
All you've got, soldiers.
Good. 1 tank down. Good job. All you need to do is hit the next one.
Good work. Keep it up.
I'll even set up the shot. We're going to save because I don't trust you. Okay.
Just watch
Let's
this.
fire that last rocket. Our last rocket's going straight into that motor. Like it or not. Come on, baby. There we go. Good job. That was miserable. Operation complete.
Operation complete. Both enemy tanks neutralized.
Thank you, Wilkin, and that's an A. A well damn deserved A. A lot of experience too. That's good.
That should end our vegetable shortage.
I ever tell you my old man's a farmer? Feels good to know I'm helping farm folk out. Growing up on the farm, I was always helping with the harvest, out there in the field. I'm serious when I say veggies are king, too. The more you eat, the healthier you get.
I agree. A lot of nutrients vegetables offer can't be found anywhere else. Plus, I feel like vegetables are a way to take in the power of nature as a whole.
Power of nature, huh?
Yeah. Plants grow by absorbing energy from the sun, the soil, even tiny microbes. Eating vegetables is like getting all that natural energy right from the source.
Never heard veggies told quite like that before. I tell you, boss, you got your head on right. You got my mark.
Thanks, Largo. That means a lot to me.
Hey, boss, let me tell you a stupid dream I have. My folks' old farm went under, but I want to start it up again as an organic veggie farm. Funny, huh? Big macho man goes from flinging bullets to being king of the carrot patch.
I'm not laughing. If you're dedicated, I'm sure you'll grow some fine vegetables. Once you're all set up and harvesting, you'll have to let me sample what you've grown.
Boss, you'd be welcome to eat all you wanted, but you'd have to help with the harvest. And out on the farm, I'm squad leader. Be ready for the workout of your life.
Oh boy.
Ha ha ha! I'm feeling good today. Veggies for all.
Ah. And with that done, this actually unlocks something. Once we go into tab and headquarters, right before we throw that sweet EXP straight into our members, let's go over and see Largo. That mission is very special. Veggie Maniac. Anytime his feet touch the beautiful earth, his love for veggies drives his parameters up. This is if I remember correctly, a full-on buff. So his accuracy, his power, and I think his defenses are increased when that perk is activated. So that's why I do it as early as possible, because Largo will be vital eventually. Also, this keeps us in his good graces and doesn't try to, kick us out of the group. So, before I do a little bit of grinding, because I need to do grinding, let's put in those last bits of EXP straight into our team members. We bring up Lancers, and we bring up Snipers. But just enough to bring everybody up to level 7.
Good work! Okay, you...
And we get damage boost. Good. So I'm going to cut back when I have enough EXP to upgrade everybody. Then we'll head off to Best Bet. I'll show off the newest skirmish, level up everybody, and then we'll continue on with the story. Alright everybody, now it's time to see that new skirmish that we have. Well, new to you guys, old to me. So, we return to Cloden Woods. Hey, I'm really out of it today. Okay, so we need Alyssa, of course Rosie, and Largo. Now let's get an A rank, shall we?
You'll come in. Let's drive these Imperials back out of Gallia! Squad 7, move out!
Okay, so how are we going to start this up? Well, first off, we're going to start with an order. We are going to call for a defense order. Right on Alyssa.
This is an order! Brace up and get ready to defend yourself!
Yep, that's it. And we start our rush to the end.
Okay?
So, since this is a repeat of the mission, we're actually going the other way. The way that you're supposed to go for the quickest time. with that, and that if you don't care about the ace.
Enemy unit spotted.
Now my best call turn. First off, we need to take out these shock troopers.
Good work.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm getting relatively quick on the draw for this.
Moving out.
Next off, we want to kill off that one. Thankfully, we're decently up against a corner, so his shots might land straight into the wall. With him down, we keep on rushing. Yeah, it's a simple ABC, and look up for landmines.
Enemy
Don't let
sighted.
your guard down.
Okay, good.
My
There's a
turn,
shock trooper
okay?
there, but he'll never move from that area, thankfully. So, now we make our way
Enemy
over
unit spotted.
here, ignore
sighted.
him, but take care of that shock trooper right here.
Don't even think of dodging.
Good. Get there,
An ambush, soldiers.
and off this one. And we're close to our shock trooper. Ooh. Hit that helmet twice. Come on, move up. Okay, good. And move up once more into between the houses. Switch over to Ragnite. This is much easier
I'm
than
taking extra special care.
doing first aid. We call for first aid with the Welkin.
Please get to your positions.
Gives us much of our health. Then we're going to end off here. End phase. But that scout's never going to move out from that trench, and that tank will never hit us between these buildings. This is the best way to essentially stop and take a breather, because the tank does not notice us, which is good. So you'll go around once or twice. Now the base itself is, however, our home target is still surrounded by 4 units. That shuffling is the 3rd shock trooper getting behind the sandbags and adjusting himself. So we have to be very careful with these shots, in all honesty. So we're going to call on for a other defense boost because ours wore off. And defense boost is one of the best orders in the game.
Brace up and get ready
With
to
the
defend
ability,
yourself.
if you have the ability to tank hits, you might as well use it.
My turn, okay?
Start there.
Enemy sighted.
Okay, not you.
Enemy
Move
sighted.
a little closer. There we go. There you are. 1, 2, 3. Good. Good.
You're doing well.
And off this phase, we go back.
Moving out.
Switch over to grenade. Right here. This will destroy both sandbags, thankfully. Now we have to take care of that shock trooper as quickly as possible.
My turn, okay?
Even though we have defense boost on, I'd rather not have Alyssa fill with holes, in all honesty. Don't go after the shock trooper just yet. And off this turn, go right
My
back,
turn, okay?
hit the trigger, go straight for scout again. Now easily move right into the base.
makes things a bit easier.
And turn, go back, take down the shock trooper, and there. Simple as that. It may not be one turn, but A ranks are more defined by 1 or 2 turns. So, hey, we still get an A rank. And I could buy this. There we go. Nice and easy when you're at level 7. Loads us up with 1300. Huh.
Good. Okay.
Demolition boost. Good. So once we... I'll fix that up. I'll fix that up between parts.
Come back.
But the most important part of that is we got demolition boost. Demolition boost is the best ore you can put upon the otherwise. It basically gives it teeth. So let's start up with chapter 7, Battle at Baros.
Whoa. I don't know what I expected, but it really wasn't this.
Amazing, isn't it? I was surprised when I first came here too.
There aren't any windows or skylights in here, but it's still so light.
The ruins are made of stone with a high ragnite concentration. It lights itself.
It's uncanny.
Look at this. Something's written on the wall here.
It's in Old Northern script.
Old Northern?
It was the dominant writing system in Europa. You still see it on a lot of old monuments.
Do you know how to read it, Valdio?
Yeah, we just covered it this last year. Let's take a look. It's more or less a recounting of the Darkson calamity as the history books tell it. The Darksons unlocked some secret property of Ragnite and tried to conquer the continent. 100 cities raised its fell light, 100,000 men and beasts therewith. It says this area used to be one of the cities lost in that purge as well.
So they did use Ragnite.
It was in the middle of that destruction that the Valkyria suddenly came into the picture. Supposedly they rose to face the Darksons, armed with sacred lances, blue with flame. That became the War of the Valkyria.
I had a picture book about that as a girl. But it's fiction, right? Like a fairy tale.
Ruins like these dot the Europan map, traces of the culture that once ruled the continent. The majority of the anthropological community now agrees that the Valkyria did exist.
Wow, this is so educational.
The Valkyria won and rose to power, while the Darksons were scattered across Europa. There are some who worship the Valkyria as the saviors of Europa even today. Meanwhile, the Darksons got branded with the stigma of their past and were persecuted. With no land of their own, they had to work as itinerant laborers and Ragnite miners.
Which is why there are so many Darksons still working in the industrial sector today.
I never knew that. Come to think of it, Isara's dad was an engineer, wasn't he?
Anyway, that's enough history for today. Let's keep checking for Imperial tracks.
I've been looking, but I still ain't seen nothing but sand. Those imps got some strange tastes if they're sunning themselves out here. What's got you, Rosie? Ain't like you to be so quiet. You got the runs or something?
You're foul, Largo. And I'm just annoyed. Takes some kind of brass to blow up a chunk of turf this big, don't you think? Looks like the dark hairs have been bad news for the rest of us folks since day one.
What do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean?
No archaeological proof exists to support the theory that Darksons destroyed Boreas.
Look around! How much more proof do you need?
And it's an unfair generalization to assume that all Darksons cause trouble for others.
You saying you don't? Look, it's 'cause of you people that my whole...
All right, time out, you two.
You stay out of this, Largo!
We're on patrol here. You keep squawking, and we're likely to get sniped. You too, kid. You know Rosie's got a temper on her. She wouldn't go off if you didn't talk back.
I don't believe anything I've said is untrue.
Stubborn as mules, both of you.
Faldio, what is that?
It's called the Valkyrian Spiral.
Okay, so what is it?
I was talking about their power before, remember? The sacred blue flame? The spiral motif on their relief carvings are said to represent inexhaustible power.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Still, we haven't seen any Imperials here. Not even any signs of entry. I guess it's possible that this wasn't what brought the Empire out here.
Well, the others are waiting. Let's go back.
Sure, let's go.
Huh?
What in the...
Alicia, what just happened?
I don't know. I barely even touched it and this door just opened.
It looks like it keeps going.
An underground chamber in the Boreas ruins. This is a huge discovery.
Should we go in?
Do you have to ask?
All right, let's take a look. Whoa. What is this place?
It seems like it goes on forever.
Wow, look at this wall. Amazing.
There are engravings everywhere. What do they say, Faldio?
I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you. They're too ancient for me to decipher.
Welkin, we're not alone.
Who's there?
Well, how surprising to find you here. We don't get many visitors. I won't ask how you were able to break in. It's not really important. But you defile this sanctum with your presence.
Guys, that's Maximilian.
Maximilian? Wait, but he's the enemy commander. Hold it right there! You take one more step and I'll shoot you down, I swear I will! What?
Lower your weapon. Your lives are worthless to me, but I do not wish to stain this sacred place with blood. If you are determined to have this confrontation, Why don't we settle it outside?
Welkin.
Welkin. So, you're the brat who's responsible. My compliments for the Vassal Bridge and the base in Cloten. You quite impressed Jaeger. He was singing your praises, boy. Silvaria, come.
Sir.
Now's our chance to take out their commander.
She's right, Faldio. Let's go! Right.
So, next time we begin the most infamous chapter mission in the whole game. The Duel of Maximilian. This is going to be a long one, so I'll just see you all next time.